Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Anime Making 2. And first of all, if you would like to support me, my PayPal link is in the description, guys. So thank you very much. I'm back with part 5 of What If Naruto Wasn't a Naive Idiot. Remember to get this one too. 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had Infinite Pocket Dimensions? So go over on Anime King 3 and enjoy that, guys. And also, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, I indeed have 3 channels which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. I'll be leaving a link in the description for all the other channels, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this? Let us begin now, guys. So, the last part that we left off, Naruto was having a terrible dream about what happened before he woke up. Because of the new environment that he was exposed to, Naruto found out that he was a sensor. He found out that his sensor ability was much more than he expected. However, it turns out that Sasuke Uchiha was downstairs as Naruto could sense him. Coming across Uchiha, Naruto was rather surprised, believing that he was dead, but no, here he was in front of him. Naruto was indeed surprised. However, he told Sasuke never to do something like that again. Sasuke didn't quite understand, given the, severity of his actions that led to Naruto being alive, which he believed. However, Naruto told him that he had a dream and a goal, and did not risk his life for his. Sasuke was a bit concerned. It's almost like he didn't even want to live. However, Naruto did not answer his question or say anything about it, as the both of them disembarked. Soon after, we came across Team 7 returning back to the village, as Hiruzen Sarutobi felt it was best that Naruto speak to someone, given everything that took place on this mission. Naruto had committed a massacre after all, and put down a lot of people. However, instead of fighting him on this, Naruto agreed. He so easily agreed, which was rather strange. Naruto went to speak to Inoichi Yamanaka, as he was trying to understand something about this messed up world that they live in. However, Inoichi ended up bringing in someone after getting Naruto permission, of course. It was Kurenai Yui, one of the many Jonin senseis. She specialized in a field so close that he believed that her input on this would be greatly beneficial for him to learn more about Naruto and to help Naruto as well. So these sessions went on, and they believed that they were helping him, but in Naruto's eyes nothing has changed, because no one could simply answer the question that he truly wanted them to answer. However, Team 7 had been functioning a lot lately, and they've been participating in a lot of missions. As the day was here, there was an exam that was going to take place within Konoha. Naruto ended up meeting the Sand siblings, as Gaara met Naruto for the first time, and he witnessed Naruto's eyes. They seemed similar to his, but at the same time, so different. That is when we found out that Naruto wasn't your average sensor, because he could sense that Gaara was a Jinchuriki. He could sense beyond the seal. Now that was quite insane. However, they end up disembark. Some days later, Team 7 once again meet up as they made their way, venturing to take part in the Chunin exams. Naruto noticed something about Kabuto Yakushi. The man was rather strange, as he was saying things that he should not know. As Naruto kept an eye on him, Kakashi wished them luck and told them to take care of one another, but he was not worried about that. He had faith in them that they would watch each other back, no matter what. So with that, Team 7 participate within the first exam of the Chunin exams. Naruto found it rather ridiculous that people were leaving. How in the world was this man from Konoha able to tell other villages not to promote their ninjas? The fact that some of them believed that made Naruto wonder how stupid they were, as he was having a hard time believing that they were that naive, and yet, as he watched them leave, it seems like he was wrong. They were indeed that naive. Team 7 ventured into the Forest of Death, where they took down a team, and then after, they found themselves face to face with a ferocious man. His name was Orochimaru. Using a very powerful wing technique, Naruto was knocked out until he came to. Arriving, Naruto distracted the Sannin. Orochimaru was impressed by Naruto's quick thinking and quick reaction time, as he would have to keep an eye on that one. When Sakura came to, she saw Naruto as she breathed a sigh of relief. Sasuke was still out though. However, they had company. Naruto stepped out as he told these sound ninjas to leave this place, but they refused to listen to his warning. He gave them one chance, but they attacked him. They tried to kill him, so he butchered all three of them. He did warn them, but they refused, and he took them down. As Kin begged for her life, he had slaughtered her in the end. Sakura was a bit shaken to see what Naruto did, but she told herself that he did it to protect them. However, she was having a hard time with it though, as Naruto was not taking it easy either. She could see it in his eyes. But Sasuke woke up and attacked Naruto. Sakura was able to stop him though, as he had no recollection of what he did. Team 7 ventured towards the tower, as Sasuke had a problem with that mark, but it didn't seem like they had time to remove it, as Jiraiya of the Sannin returned back to the village. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's begin now guys. How? Jiraiya questioned Hiruzen Sarutobi, as he was told that Naruto knew not just part of it, but he knew everything, every ounce of detail about his life. The Nine Tails was a given, but his parents and the Sannin wanted to know. He found out on his own. He's not a normal child. He's different than most. Even now, I'm not sure that he has forgiven the village. Forgiven it, Jiraiya said. Yes. A lot has happened, Hiruzen said with a sigh, as he told Jiraiya. Their conversation stretched. The Sannin was shocked by all that he heard. For one, that majority of this ninja living was troubling Naruto that much. The questions that he asked, Jiraiya had seen this before. Being an old man himself, had witnessed people that dive deep into the understanding of what it truly meant to be a shinobi. People that believed there was no hope because the world was too broken to fix. People that went over the edge. Hiruzen was also worried about that as well. However, there was a big problem. There is two chances here. Either you lie to him and not tell him about your connection, given how smart he is though. He might even figure it out himself. Or you tell him right away and try to figure things out. It's hard for him to trust people, especially people that he believes are not worthy to be just in his eyes. Even now, I don't think he has forgiven me one bit for lying to him all these years. and I still don't believe that he has forgiven the village. His actions would never try to harm the village or his comrades. However, deep down in his heart, there is a lot of resentment, a lot of hate. And I'm worried that if he festers this for too long, it will turn into something twisted and dark. Jiraiya was all serious, usually a fun-loving, cheery man, but he was very serious at the moment, not sure what to do. As he did not sure what the next move that he need to make after hearing about how Naruto saw things. What if Naruto knew now and cut him out of his life and refused to have nothing to do with him? The Sannin blamed himself. Of course he did not blame Naruto, he blamed himself 100% for not being here, for not being a part of his life, at least. Even if he could not reveal a truth to him, be there as someone that could aid him in his dark times. But he wasn't here one bit, and he had no excuse. His spy network did not take up every single second of his life. His research did not take up every single second of his life. He just felt he had no excuse. Meanwhile, Naruto was standing on the top of the tower, gazing out towards the forest, as far as his eyes could focus on. They had made it in time. However, the exam was still going on, and they could not receive any assistance. The mark on Sasuke's neck seemed to be stable at the moment. However, how long would it remain stable for? The look in his eyes, the feeling that he gave off, it was pure corruption, but at the same time, it significantly boosted his strength. Immensely so. So much so that he was able to wound him before he could actually stop him. Naruto reached at his shoulder. It was already healed though. He looked down towards his hand. He hesitated. What if Sasuke went for the kill? He could have killed him. Naruto knew that he was lying to himself. He could have stopped Sasuke before he stabbed him, but he hesitated. He found himself growing close to these people. Even Sasuke, Sakura was one of his only true friends, being the first one to be on that list, and he cared for her. He wanted to protect her. He even wanted to protect Sasuke as well. Despite what they've been through, they all just seemed so innocent to him. Was it perhaps that they were still kids? He was having a hard time telling why. But that was just how he felt. He looked at his hands. Images of him choking Haku returned to his mind. Images of him ending those sound ninjas as well. What was wrong with people? Why can't they just do what you say? Giving them a choice to flee, giving them a choice to live, and yet they still attack. He can't stop himself from killing someone that desired to end his life or his teammate's life, because those were people that he cared about. As Naruto stood there, he wondered to himself, did he care that much about himself like he cared for the others? When he was sinking in that water, he felt like giving up. Most times he wondered if he was born wrong. I mean, what kind of kid had these thoughts? Not even a therapy was helping. Was he that much messed up? Or perhaps was he the only one that was sane in this world that realized that kids were not supposed to be doing this? He had no idea why. Absolutely none. Meanwhile, in the depths of Naruto's mind, the nine-tailed fox had been overheard in Naruto's conversation. Something was wrong. From that bridge episode, something was gravely wrong. The Nine-Tails was a beast of hate, a beast of calamity, a walking destruction as they call it. However, his hatred was greater than anything else in this entire world, especially his hatred for mankind. And yet, things have been changing. The Nine-Tails could hear what Naruto was saying. However, the most messed up part of it all was the mindscape, seeming to be a reflection of his inner person. And the Ninetales never believed that someone could hate their situation that much, that someone could hate their existence that much. And he's not even aware of it. The entire existence that surrounded him, along with himself, he hated it. However, he was curious about one thing though. What the hell was that? Behind the bars he stood. However, a distance in front of the cage was a strange mass that was growing out of the floor. This was just a representation of something, but he's never witnessed something like this in either of his previous hosts. But the most messed up part about it was, while his hatred was something to struggle to overcome, most humans can't even reach that level of understanding to overcome his hatred. That thing on the ground possessed more hatred than even himself. He could feel it building together. Whatever it was problem. And it was stuck in here with him. As he gazed at the strange mass that was continuously growing and getting stronger. What in the world was it, he wondered to himself. Time skip. Naruto and the others were gathered. Hiruzen Sarutobi had made his way, as he was in front of many. It was mostly Konoha ninjas that had made it this far. Naruto wasn't stupid, he knew that. Might Guy, that was his name, did not simply drop the book that helped him. He knew that the man had saw something and decided to help him. That was something that Naruto would always be grateful for. It really helped him build his fighting style a lot. Not to mention it helped him with his physical strength greatly. As Naruto stood there, not focusing on the words of the Hokage, Sakura was worried for Sasuke. Unlike Naruto, who was taking him on and didn't have the time to truly focus on him that much when it came to the mark and the changes. Sakura had saw it, and she wanted to say something about it. But there was a good chance that Sasuke might be disqualified for not being up to the standard to fight. Sasuke had told her that he was fine. She asked Naruto what he think, that if they should say something. Naruto told her that allow him to participate through this test, as Sasuke had pushed himself hard to be here, and he seemed to be handling the mark. Afterwards though, they will tell about it. So she agreed to keep her mouth for now. But she was unaware that they already know. Due to Orochimaru running into Uncle Midarashi, the Hokage was fully aware, and so was Kakashi Hatake as well. Naruto saw the Jonin sensei and he saw one of his therapists, Kurenai Ui. She noticed him as well, as she gave him a soft smile. Naruto did not return it, but she wasn't expecting one. Kurenai was really fond of Naruto. He was a very intelligent, focused individual that cares about people so much that it physically hurt him. He cared for his teammates, which made him question the morality, the reality of the world that they live in and the violence. More people should be like that, however. His was much too strong. But the care that he had, from being isolated most of his life, came as a genuine blanket that would console someone to the end. He might not show it, he might not smile, he might not even physically say it or do something, but his actions were there. He would fight for you. He would put his life on the line for you, even if he might not show it in his words or tell you about it. And he didn't want anyone to die for him. A part of him was selfless and also selfish in believing that his teammates could help him. The child was just very complex. She's never seen anyone like him throughout her entire years on this earth. A team from the rain had made it. One of them having a scar on his face that covered one of his eye. He was looking around with a cocky gaze. With the members there, they had to participate within a preliminary test. Naruto watched Kabuto Yakushi as he gave up. Watching him as he limped away, he said that he was badly hurt, to the point that he could not participate anymore. As he left, the first match was Sasuke, and that was good. Naruto believed because that would take him out quickly. He wasn't talking about Sasuke losing, of course. Take him out of this part of the exam so that he can move on. He doubted that they would fight anymore today because some of the teams had just arrived. His opponent was one of Kabuto's teammates. Kakashi Hatake was there to greet them. Naruto saw the look from that eye. I presume you already know about Sasuke. Sakura was surprised, wondering how would he know. I do. I'll handle it once this match is over. Naruto was correct. They too didn't want Sasuke to fail this part of the exam, so he said nothing. Uncle was rather surprised at how well Sasuke fought off the curse as he dominated Kabuto's teammate. Kakashi went along with him as the other matches took place. Over to the other side, his name was Ashigo. Ashigo was from the land of rain, a scar that went from his cheek coming over towards his right eye. There was 4 wooden sticks on his back. He was older than most of them here, around 3 years older. He had 2 other teammates, one of them covering their face, the other one was wearing glasses. Sakura got the one with the glasses. As he made his way down there, Naruto turned towards Sakura. Be careful, he said. Don't worry, she said. I got this. She smiled at him. She was a bit nervous, but she was ready. As to the other side, Ashigo grabbed the arm of his teammate and whispered something to him. Kill her, he said. There was no hesitation in his tone. The other nation should know not to mess with the land of rain. The other boy said nothing, he simply made his way down there, his dark glasses reflecting everything that was ahead of him. As the match began, Sakura's strength had grown significantly. Yes, it had, as she was holding her own against him, despite him being around 3 or 2 years older than her. However, he realized that if he didn't do something, she was going to take him out. Her strength was greater than he originally thought. Gazing upwards, as Ashigo looked down towards him, he felt fear. Knowing that if he didn't kill her, Ashigo was going to be pissed. He didn't want to reveal this. This was supposed to be his trump card. He took it off his back of umbrella and threw it towards Sakura as she dodged it. However, she heard the clicking sound. He was using his chakra to manipulate the senbons that shoot out of it. Sakura dodged to the side as she pulled 2 kunais. She dashed forward and jumped in the air, throwing both kunais down towards him, but there was a third, with an explosive tag that went off, destroying the ground in front of him, kicking up a lot of dust. The senbon split as he kept his gaze focused. Where is she? He thought as he looked around. He did not expect that she would land in the exact same spot that she just blew up. Sakura ran through and delivered a brutal punch. He slammed into the wall. He cursed as his back slammed against it. It was over, she thought, as she dashed forward. However, the second umbrella that was on his back that had fell, a long needle shot from it and pierced her shoulder. Sakura winks out in pain before 3 others, much smaller, hit her in the back, stunning her. He got to his feet, looking up as Ashigo placed a finger at his own throat, showing him the sign to take care of her. The problem was Naruto saw this. Ashigo did not even notice. As Sakura watched as he dashed towards her, he threw another senbon as it hit her in the shoulder. Due to the ones in her back, it was restricting her movements greatly. However, he was still not able to put her down. He had to get closer as he dashed inwards. However, he didn't notice her smile. Got you. Even if she was going to go down, she was going to take him down as well. She might not be ready for the finals. She might not even be ready to become a Chunin, but She was showing her growth. His eyes widened as he noticed the explosive tags. Taking a page out of Naruto's playbook. Boom! He was launched. As Sakura fell forward, the both of them were out. The only reason why she was unconscious at the moment was the senbons were not normal. There was a toxin in the one that hit her in the shoulder. It wasn't a poison toxin. It was a paralyzing toxin. Her body had stiffened up. And because she was down, the proctor believed that she was unconscious as well. So the match came to a draw as they were taken away for medical assistance. As more matches took place, Kurenai gazed over towards Naruto as she saw the look in his eyes. Ashigo could feel it. Ashigo felt like someone was about to bisect him. What the hell is going on? He thought to himself, his last teammate standing there. What is it? He couldn't understand what was his feeling though until he saw it. Someone. A boy about 2 years younger than him. Oh, he was a teammate of that pink-haired girl. But the look in his eyes, that dreadful, awful look, yet so calm. Kurenai followed Naruto's gaze and understood it. The Jonins were quite aware. They could see that Sakura had seized up due to the senbon in her shoulder. However, that boy, his aim was to kill her. The proctor would have jumped in and stopped the match, given that Sakura was down, but her trap was already set. So she was able to live to see another day. Perhaps Naruto saw something that they did not, and it had to do with their leader, given the fact that he was the one speaking to the others like he was in charge. That was very clear. It seems like fate wanted him to suffer. As the board landed on 2 names, Ashigo made his way down there, having no idea who the hell was this Naruto. When Naruto started to walk, so it's him. Doesn't matter. A look cannot scare me away. I'll kill this one and prove that the rain is superior, he thought. Everyone felt it as Naruto was walking by. The moment he was in front of them, they could feel it. Even Guy, the chilling sensation as he walked. No words, he was just so calm. He passed them. Gaara froze up for the first time, feeling a sensation that overwhelmed him. And Gaara hated it. It felt like he was about to be snuffed out, like a greater evil was about to consume him whole. As Naruto stepped down the stairs and landed, the proctor asked them if they were ready. The both of them gave a nod. Ashigo took a step back as the match began. Tell me something. Why did you give him an order to kill her? Ashigo chuckled at that. Even if I did, why the hell would I give a damn what you or anyone else think? Do we look like comrades? He said. So that's it. Even after what the Hokage said about this exam bringing unity, this exam bringing friendship between the villages, your first desire was to see her dead. Why? You speak like you're an innocent soul, but no ninjas are innocent, brat. So don't give me that. Maybe you're just too naive to truly understand what it means to be a ninja just yet. You're right. Maybe I am naive, said Naruto, because as I was walking down the stairs, I questioned myself in letting you live. And I realized, Naruto said as he took off his jacket, it was naive of me to let someone like you live. You wanted her dead because you wanted to prove something despite never meeting her before. Despite that she's never done a single thing to ever hurt you. Despite the fact that she went down there with the intention to knock him out. She never wanted to kill. But you. Naruto said, throwing his shirt to the side. Many were shocked, judging by the tight t-shirt that Naruto was wearing as they saw his body, how muscular he was. Naruto's gaze lifted up meeting the eyes of Ashigo. There's no need to worry. I'm no longer naive enough to think that you're going to live to see tomorrow. You underestimate me, boy. You think I'm like the other one that she fought. He jumped away. Well, you're sadly mistaken, he said, throwing all the umbrellas into the air. Ashigo chakra could control it on a much grander level. As they flew towards Naruto surrounding him, everyone believed that it was over. There was no possible way that he would survive. Wind style. A violent, horrendous gust ripped through the entire building. Even those that were on the top had to hunker down. Every single weapon was sent everywhere else. Some of them had to move in, such as Might Guy and Kunai to block the Senbons from hurting the kids. Even the guards of the Hokage descended and knocked away the weapons. Ashigo was shocked by that. When he felt it, he immediately reached and pulled out a strange blade. That was curved as he blocked Naruto's Senbon that was aiming to his other eye. He was frightened. How did he reach me so fast? The both of them clashed with their weapons, creating sparks all over. The match was vicious. Everyone could see Naruto's intent. He hated to kill. He hated to cause suffering, but yet, in this very moment, the chance to rid the world of this boy, the chance to bisect him, to behead him, it felt like a thirst. And Naruto was dying for a drink. Naruto knocked away his weapon. It was the wind. Ashigo tried to step back, but it was too late as Naruto kunai buried in his side. Naruto stepped on the weapon, causing him an excruciating amount of pain as he flipped upwards, delivering a kick that snapped his head. Naruto flipped and landed as he knocked his legs away. He then kicked him in the stomach before grabbing onto him. He lifted him despite his larger size. He bashed him and picked him back up, delivering a strange combo that only a few recognized. My guy knew it all too well. Ashigo crashed roughly on the ground. "What's wrong?" said Naruto, his haunting voice sending chills down Ashigo's side. "Are you afraid? Know that you're the one in a terrible condition. Can you feel it? The feeling of death encroaching upon your very soul." Naruto's voice started to scare the others. To how calm it was. Temari turned towards her brother and Gaara's hand was twitching. There was noise being sounded from his gourd. This was affecting him greatly. Ashigo got to his feet despite dripping blood. "I refuse to lose to a brat like you. You're nothing. I'm a trained ninja of the land of rain, and you're just a brat, barely out of diapers." He ripped the kunai from his own side. "I'll kill you with this." Naruto dashed in as Ashigo smiled. "And now you're dead." Several of the Senbons immediately reached back towards him and ripped into Naruto from head to toe. Naruto collapsed on his knees, as many were shocked. That was until a hand came out of the ground. Until the chest and the feet. Ashigo froze. "I asked you a question. Are you afraid?" Ashigo was unable to move an inch. How? He said, frightened as Naruto clone poofed away. While many of the Genins did not see it, most of the Jonins did. It was so fast. He quickly followed up by the hiding like a mole technique. After summoning a clone once he knocked him down. A split second, that was all it took. His skills, his technique. Many of the Jonins were frightened because not only was he able to master a technique of pure brutality when it comes to fighting, as Guy saw it, Naruto had removed many of the weakness from the fighting style. But that would also leave him open for a counter, but at the same time, his fighting style was not one to knock out or injure. His fighting style was like an assassin, aiming for the kill. It seems like he had incorporated many other twisted styles of his own to make it even more brutal. And now Ashigo, his fight or flight instincts kicked in. Despite being terrified, on the verge of wetting himself, he spun around due to his arrogance. However, two things dropped to the ground. Ashigo was shocked as he looked down towards his arms, unable to believe what he was seeing. A violent scream escaped his lips. However, that scream soon came to a stop. The proctor tried to move in, but it had already been over. It was done. The kunai in Naruto's hand, the wind release, the vacuum blade. He breathed, the wind over the kunai, tearing through Ashigo's arms like they were nothing, followed up by puncturing it through his chest. Given their proximity and how powerful the blade was, there was nothing that the man could do. It was done. And it's not like you couldn't kill people in this part of the exam. However, all of those around Naruto's age were petrified. All of them knew Naruto. While they might not be that close with him or even friends, they knew him. But none of them would ever do something this brutal. And Naruto removed Ashigo's arms before plunging the blade deep into his chest. Naruto grabbed him though. "Look at me," he said. "I want my face to be the last thing you see before you go to sleep. And remember, this was because of your words, your simple action to have her killed." Naruto said, removing the blade, as Ashigo dropped to the ground, armless, lifeless. Some of the blood had sprayed upon Naruto from severing his arms. Kurenai Yui gazed down towards Naruto, knowing how killing was so complex for him, but in that moment, he was proud of himself, happy. No one would ever know, but he was proud, because his face did not show anything but calm, mundane, and yet she could tell he was happy about his actions. She's been picking and going through his mind for some time now to know it rather well. It was in his walk, in the way that he reacted to the proctor, saying that he was a winner. As Naruto placed his weapon away and picked up the kunai that Ashigo had picked up, the last teammate was petrified where he stood, as he gulped when Naruto looked up towards him. The rest of the exam followed, but people focused on what just happened. Gaara had seemingly calmed down, but this person was really affecting him in a bad, horrendous way. Gaara hated that sensation, and he wanted to kill Naruto. It was due to his power, his strength, the feeling that he got within the depths of Naruto's mind. The infestation, the growth, it was getting stronger. The mindscape was getting darker. Despite all of that though, Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, could feel, how is this even possible? This child was not evil. There was no hidden agenda, no deception, no wickedness to slaughter without remorse, and yet he can just turn it on like a faucet. He was the most complex human that he's ever come across. A human that despised killing, but yet, even when he had a reason to kill. However, this was the first time that he genuinely did not care. But as he did it, the flashes of those that he massacred, those that he truly cared about when he killed, because of the circumstances and situation, returned. But this kill felt perfectly fine. As the rest of the exam flew by, as everyone seemed to focus on where they were going now, another brutal match took place between Rock Lee and Gaara. Numbers were given and those who were going to get numbers were going to go to the finals. As Naruto watches Kakashi return to draw for Sasuke, Naruto could tell that something happened, judging by the way he was carrying himself. And he was a censor as well. Kakashi's emotions felt all over the place, but he was focused on drawing the numbers. Sasuke would be going up against Gaara. Naruto would be going up against Neji Hyuga, the man that just almost killed his own cousin without hesitation. Kakashi told him that he would be training Sasuke, and there was someone that was there to train him as well. Naruto was curious because he wasn't told a name. He was just given an address and the day on where to go. Time skip. Sakura Haruna was having a conversation with Ino, as Sakura was told about what Naruto did during the preliminaries, because Ino was concerned. As much as they curse over Sasuke, which wasn't a lot lately, Naruto's behavior was, well, the way he took someone down. Sakura had waited until Naruto paid her a visit. It turns out that it was the one that was in charge of the group who sentenced the other one to kill her. Now she understood why he did what he did. It made her remember what he did in the forest, but she realized that he was always doing things to protect them. And it made her feel bad because he didn't like to do those things. Then again, he had no problem in doing this one because she never started anything. And she never desired to hurt that guy, and yet he sent his teammate to end their life. So, he felt nothing about killing him. Absolutely nothing. Making his way, Naruto arrived towards the hot springs. The male side was filled with a few people, but none of them said anything to him. That meant that it wasn't them. So who was his? Naruto picked up on something as he made his way, arriving to see a man standing on a toad peeping on the Lady Hot Spring side. He stepped towards said toad who saw him. The man didn't react. Jiraiya of the Sunny, Naruto said. Shh, go away kid. Can't you see I'm busy? I was sent here for you to teach me, Naruto said, cutting through the bullshit rather quickly. And why the hell would you presume that, said Jiraiya, not turning. Maybe it's because you were my father's teacher. There has to be a reason why you're here, Naruto said, gazing towards the man. The Sannin had been trying to put things easy by bringing in humor first, but that didn't seem like it was going to work. Hiruzen was right, Naruto was a smart individual. He jumped down and dispelled the toad, who seemed rather pissed to be used as a stool for him to peep. Before we continue on, can I ask you a question, said Naruto. Jiraiya dreaded the question, but he nodded. What kind of relationship did you share with my parents? Was it more than just being my father's teacher? Is that the reason why you're here, because you believe that I have the same potential as him to be something great? Or perhaps is it more? Naruto questioned, wanting to know why someone like him would take the day of time to come and train someone like him. There has to be a reason. There has to be some closeness between his father and, well, the man. Naruto did not expect what was told to him. Jiraiya, remembering what Hiruzen said, decided not to lie. I'll be straight with you, he said. I'm your godfather. Why is this the first time I'm seeing you, said Naruto. Well, I did came here once. I even bought you a present. A wallet. Naruto reached and pulled out a frog wallet. You mean this? Yes, Jiraiya said. What about the other times? And it's not like I saw you when you bought this for me. It was given to me by Hiruzen. Well, I was... You know what? Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I run Konoha's spy network. But that isn't the whole reason, said Jiraiya, as he decided to be serious and tell Naruto why. And the true reason was he didn't really have a reason. The death of Minato and Kushina really messed him up. He's done a lot of things in his life, and not being here was one of the many regrets that he have. He didn't know what he could say or do right now to solve that. Jiraiya was a bit weirded out by Naruto's reaction though. Are you here to train me? Said Naruto. Yeah, said Jiraiya. After all, you said to yourself, you have the same potential as your father, he said, trying to understand where Naruto was going. Naruto started to walk away. Well, we can't exactly train here. He saw the look on Jiraiya's face. The man seemed conflicted. Oh, you're perhaps wondering what's my reaction to your news and what you just told me. Well, I don't really care, said Naruto. Jiraiya would like him to elaborate on that. Naruto could tell from his face. You told me your reason why you weren't here. And I have to say I don't really care. It's your life. You can do with what you want. But as it comes to me being your godson, there is nothing there. I won't forgive you. And I don't think I'll ever will. Same for Kakashi. I never forgave him, said Naruto. However, I'm able to behave in a professional sense. After all, he is my teacher. And even if I hate someone, that doesn't mean that there should be animosity. But you're different though. You were given the title as my godfather and you only came here once. I hate you for that. I hate you with the depths of my heart. This hate is so strong that even looking at your face makes me sick, said Naruto. And I know how horrible that sounds. And I would understand if you don't want to train me after this. But I realize that it's best to say what is on your mind, rather than keeping it in. It might drive you mad. So, the option is up to you now, said Naruto. If you would like to help me in my training, I would greatly appreciate it. Jiraiya was frozen as he watched Naruto walked away. There wasn't much things in this life that could stun him, but when Naruto spoke with that look in his eyes, it was like he detested his very being. A part of the Sannin understood very well why Naruto was this way. Why he hated him so much after all. It was his fault. However, Jiraiya believed that there was some way that he could fix this. And seeing that Naruto was still opening up for his training, he believed that there was a way that he could actually fix it. Time skip. You were right. He detests me with every fiber of his being. It's been 3 weeks. Jiraiya has been training Naruto ever since. However, Naruto only needs help in a few key areas. The man being one of the strongest other than Hiruzen, he could provide some rather great insight. And he refused to sign the Toad Summoning contract. I don't know if I can do this anymore, Jiraiya said. Naruto just wanted a few help, and with that done and said, after the 3 weeks Naruto stopped showing up, Jiraiya found him within the village. And things did not take a pleasant turn. Flashback. The Sannin landed as he was walking beside Naruto. Why haven't you showed up, he questioned. Naruto turned and looked at him. Naruto looked towards the man. Why would I? You help me. I only needed a few things that I couldn't understand, and you had a better insight than Kakashi. But I don't think I need anything else from you right now. As for your Toad Summoning and all that, I'll never become your student. Look, kid, said Jiraiya, wait. I don't mean to sound bad, but I'm simply telling you the truth, because I cannot see a future where I would actually become your student. Helping me is one thing, but actually becoming one of your pupils has to be seen as one. being given the Toad summoning contract from you. Sadly, I don't want that, said Naruto. I know this might sound harsh in many ways, and I know that you might be very pissed at me for not changing or budging one bit. I know that things were bad, said Jiraiya. But things are different now, and I'm here now. I'm here to help. I know you are, said Naruto. But I just don't want your help. So as I said, I am truly grateful to you because you helped me overcome something that I was struggling with. Jutsu-wise, said Naruto. So I'm grateful for that. But other than that, we are ninjas of a village, comrades that would fight for one another. Other than that though, you owe me nothing. And I don't think that I owe you anything, Naruto said, as he started to walk away. That hit Jiraiya like a bullet to the heart. As he stood there, he tried. Yes, he tried for the following week, but every single time Naruto showed that he just did not care for the man to even put up a conversation for that long. He refused to sign the Toad summoning contract. He refused to have anything to do with him. Naruto truly despised him on a very powerful level. End of flashback. Hiruzen expected that, as Jiraiya was on the verge of giving up. He didn't know what he could do, if there was even anything that he can do. And there didn't seem to be much that he can even do anymore. Hiruzen sighed, worried about the future, with the way things were going, especially with Naruto. It's not like they can force him to like Jiraiya, or force him to forgive any of them if he doesn't want to, even if he might say it out loud. Naruto has been going to his sessions constantly, as the two persons that were there had not been telling Hiruzen anything. They would only inform him if they believed that life were in danger, or something so drastic that they need to bring him in, but otherwise, the privacy between a therapist and a patient was extremely powerful. Time skip. Tomorrow was the big day, as we find Naruto resting. He was exhausted, having pushed himself insanely hard for the past month. Jiraiya had been trying to get in favors for him, but Naruto really think that he's just wasting his time. He despised the man. He despised him with a fiber of his being that was so powerful it was hard to imagine. He understood that they had other things to do, but there is no possible way that they were busy every single day. At least some acknowledgement. Nothing they showed when he was younger. It made Naruto realize that people were selfish. And he was selfish as well to not want to give a damn about them. And that is the way he felt. And he wasn't going to change that. Time skip. The place was buzzing with activities, as the crowd was loud. Naruto was currently standing in front of Neji Hyuga. Both of them were in the stadium. Everything was going smoothly. The first match was Shikamaru versus Tamaru, which was over, with Shikamaru giving up. And now, Neji stood there as the proctor told him to begin. Why bother wasting your time? It is fate that I would win here today. Fate, said Naruto. Yes, said Neji. I will prosper no matter what. A conversation kicked up between the two, with Naruto trying to define Neji's fate. There hasn't been anyone that got Neji so angry with words before. Naruto contradicted everything that he said just to see. Neji ripped off his headband with rage, showing him why he believed in fate, showing him why everyone's fate was bound together. Naruto stepped towards him. Despite the both of them should be fighting right now, Naruto was close enough for Neji to strike him down. Yet Neji did absolutely nothing. You know, I thought that you were just a very messed up person the way you attack Hinata. However, I can see that you don't hate her, but you hate the idea of her. If I had a seal like that on my forehead, it would drive me mad. Constant reminder of my imprisonment, that I'm locked away, that I can never truly be free. Your words, like you have experienced, Neji said. Well, I also have a seal. You know, in a way we're alike, but also different in many ways. I understand your frustration, your hate. I understand why you're so angry. Why the very definition that there's nothing as fate hurts you so much, because you need to believe in fate. You need it to be real. You need something to be there, because if it isn't, it will drive you mad. I can understand that feeling, that plaguing, bothering feeling that's something you can't control, but it's something you have to live with. It's horrible, Naruto said, but you're also wrong as well. What? Said Neji. I do believe there is fate, said Naruto. Just like this world is fated to always be in chaos, but it can be changed. Someone can do something about it. Something can be done. Some change can be made. Fate can be rewritten. And I believe the only way to actually break through it is to take it head on. And no one in this world has reached that state as yet, to be able to truly tussle with fate. But I will. Because if I don't, no one else will do it. I have to. And I'm going to give you a prime example today by defeating you. Because you believe that you're fated to win. Let me change that. Immediately Naruto attacked as Neji blocked, as a vicious battle took place between the two. As they traded blows, Neji was not fighting Naruto with anger, but fighting him with defiance, trying to show him that there was such thing as fate. Things became hectic when Neji pulled out a shocking technique, the rotation, after being hit by 5 of Naruto clones with the wind blade. Neji was shocked as he got sliced on his leg. It was so fast. He upped his speed despite the pain. Naruto stopped and stayed his ground before raining down explosives. Neji realized what he was trying to do, wear him out. Immediately, he jumped out and went for the original. I've got you. He assaulted Naruto with blows, hitting him each and every turn. Naruto clones this spell as he collapsed down to his knees. Neji stood there as Naruto was done for. I told you, he said as his Byakugan returned back to normal. He was tired, as Naruto was trying to wear him out, but it failed. It is fated that I best you today. And I told you, I'll break that fate. Neji turned only to receive a punch that knocked him viciously to the right, only for him to receive another that sent him into the dirt. Tenten was shocked as Neji collapsed in pain. Naruto stood there, looking a bit bruised, but nothing too bad. The other Naruto poofed away. Impossible, said Neji, struggling to rise. The blows were that heavy. You underestimated me. Just because you saw my clones dispel doesn't mean that he was the original, said Naruto. I've been experimenting on creating a clone that can withstand a lot more damage. I guess I used it today to test, and things are going well. You knew I would look for a sign, and them dispelling was a perfect sign, said Neji. It was so close, I didn't even notice a difference. Naruto walked over towards him as he placed a kunai right on Neji's headband. It's over. I told you, fate is meant to be broken. Things can become too stagnant, and they can also change. Neji receded, knowing that it was done, as the proctor called the match. Naruto gazed up as he saw Sakura. She smiled at him. For the first time, Naruto returned that smile. She was so happy about his win, and that he didn't have to go too far. He's first. genuine friend. However, moments later, no, I'm begging you, please, don't do this. The first time Naruto Uzumaki was begging someone. However, all he received was laughter. Please, don't hurt her, he begged as he was trapped under so much sand. He was pleading to the one-tailed Jinchuriki Gaara. Things went so bad so fast. Sasuke arrived and faced Gaara only for the invasion to be released. Kakashi sent them to aid Sasuke. Shikamaru had stayed behind after realizing that they were being pursued by sound ninjas. They ventured within the forest area. Gaara was partially transformed and Sasuke was about to be killed. Both him and Naruto tussled with one another. Gaara despised Naruto. The mere fact that he had someone. Naruto was like him, cold and wicked, and yet he saw that girl, the pink-haired girl, trying to fight and protect him. She was his friend, his comrade. She tried to aid Sasuke, but Gaara's sand pinned her to the tree. Naruto, going beyond his own fighting style and putting all of that aside to save Sakura. He risked himself to save her from the sand, but one of the sound ninjas had gotten by Shikamaru, seeing Naruto as a threat to their potential plan, as Naruto was focused on only one thing, dodging the sand and getting to Sakura. The sound ninja was able to hit Naruto with a shuriken. It just slowed him down for a second, which Gaara used to crush him down with the sand. Gaara then killed the sound ninja for interrupting. No, please, Naruto begging Gaara not to do it, as Sakura was wincing and screaming in pain. I'll save you, said Naruto. He told her he will save her. Gaara was laughing. None of this means anything, Uzumaki. Comrades, friends, they're weaknesses, and you're just like me. You don't deserve them either because it will make you weak, Gaara said. So I'll take them away from you. Sasuke, who had gotten back to his feet, a miracle, upon himself dashed forward only for Gaara to send him through the trees with a single hit. Naruto told Sakura that he would save her as he struggled. The sand was bearing down on him even more. He struggled to get out, trying his best, unable to move his arms. Watch. Open your eyes and watch as I take your comrade, as I show you why having them make you weak. And now because of them you're about to die. But not before you watch her die, said Gaara. Sakura screamed out. However, her true final words, as Naruto heard it, the sand pressing down, breaking bones. Naruto, she said, as the sand crushed her chest. Gaara laughed, driven insane by his own bloodlust and his power. He laughed. No, that can't happen. She was supposed to live her life. She was his friend, someone that he cared about. She can't die. She can't die. No, that doesn't make any sense. Naruto thought to himself, within the depths of his mindscape. Even the nine-tailed fox was starting to worry. That strange mass was growing. Now more than... Wait. What the hell is going on? Back in the real world, Gaara stepped towards Naruto as he brought Sakura close, his sand covering her corpse. He threw it to the ground, her eyes empty, lifeless. Now you see, Uzumaki. They mean nothing. The only thing that you can count on in this world is your own strength, not anyone else. Gaara realized that Naruto wasn't talking. It doesn't matter because you're about to die now. I'll make mother feast on your blood and relish in your defeat. What happened next though scared the maniac. A person that just killed someone without blinking and laughing about it. Gaara has killed many people within his life. However, he had no idea that tiny little action of his, murdering just another shinobi in his eyes, will change everything. As Naruto Uzumaki watched his only friend, the only true friend that he possessed in this world, as he'd abandoned everything else that tried, Jiraiya, Hiruzen, and Kakashi. Sasuke was a comrade, but Sakura was a friend, and she died. But guys, me and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace.